What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, welcome. You see my face again, guys. As you all know, I woke up this morning and I gave the rest of my team the day off because it was freaking butt early. It was like 6:45. I had to wake up, or 6:50, to do the 7 o'clock stream tonight or this morning. So I gave them time to rest because I know they don't want to wake up that early. So I was like, I was like,
what time was it for you? What time was it for you?
It was 6:45 for me, or when I woke up, because I was getting ready for the stream at 7. Yeah.
So it would have been 4 for me.
Yeah.
What? And the Oscars are at like 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah, the Oscars are like 8 o'clock that morning.
Reasonable.
Yeah, that one's more reasonable. So like I'll actually not die of like 5 hours of sleep this time, but or 4 hours of sleep. But yeah. And a lot of y'all in that video, which I'm gonna do it again next year because it was very well viewed, but a lot of y'all in that video corrected me on some things. And I appreciate it. Y'all weren't mean. I always appreciate it when y'all are like nice and criticize me on stuff. I totally glossed over some snubs because I was so dead tired. I didn't even understand what even happened in certain snubs until I got off and I started talking with some friends. And so like y'all corrected me saying stuff about like, oh, how's that Lily Gladstone nomination going for you and stuff like that. And a few things like that. And I was like,
wait, did Lily Gladstone not get nominated?
Oh, you didn't read the nominations? Oh, yeah, she missed. And then
like John Campbell put it perfectly.
Huge
he said that snub is used way too liberally, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And he said snub in like his opinion, I kind of do, is a person has a chance of winning. She literally has a chance to win the Oscar.
Yeah, she's literally in the top 2 right now to win the Oscar, and the fact she didn't get nominated is the literal definition of an actual snub. So, and we're gonna go through all of them.
It's been a true snub in a long time for actors.
and to me, there's even
snubs. Speaking of snubs, just kidding.
No, but we're also gonna talk about. I mean, we are going to talk about some other snubs in some other categories because it's kind of insane. That's all I'll say. So, so let's get to the BAFTAs here. So the BAFTA nominations. I'm on Hollywood Reporter. Oppenheimer leads with 13 nominations, and Poor Things is next in line with 11. So, so I will go through every category. We'll break down every category, and we'll talk about who should win, who will win, and we'll talk about all the snubs and surprises and just like the wildness that ensued. This might be the craziest BAFTAs I have ever witnessed, as far as like just shocks and surprises and just like blowing my mind to smithereens. So we're going to run through all these categories for you guys, and we're going to talk about how this indicates the Oscar race, because the BAFTAs, they don't indicate everything, but they definitely, there's always some surprises with the BAFTA. Like whatever it gets sometimes in the acting categories, like how what's the actress's Jessie Buckley, like how Jessie Buckley got the BAFTA nom for The Lost Daughter, and then people are like, oh, whoa, okay, that's surprising. And then all of a sudden on Oscar morning, Jessie Buckley gets a supporting actress nomination for The Lost Daughter.
And
so
then they also can determine the winner.
Yeah, and it can sometimes, yeah.
Because like with Frances
McDormand, yes. And then like and Olivia Colman, there's been many situations like that.
Not
always. Like last year. But last year I will say they did it sort of differently, where everyone thought maybe Banshees is going to have a big shot to win now, because Banshees was racking up the BAFTA awards, Everything Everywhere All at Once was losing BAFTA awards, but then it swept Oscars. So sometimes it can be different. And there are cases, like apparently Jessica Chastain was not nominated for the BAFTA award, but she went on to win the Oscar and such. And so there are situations like that that happen. But there's also, it's still an important award show to still take a hold of, because especially when it comes to director. And the reason why for director is because usually when you have a weird, obscure name there in director, that can sometimes be an indicator one of those two names is going to pop into director. And it's going to be, and then there's, and a few other categories here and there I think are very notable ones to take a hold of. And it does shape the race in different ways. Like now I think it's a 2-horse race between two other films. I don't think it's Barbenheimer anymore, and we'll get into it in just a second. But
even though I do think Barbie will get more nominations come Oscar season than it did get at the BAFTAs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll get more at the Oscars for sure, because the Oscars are more populist kind of thing. BAFTAs are voted on by like a small jury of British voters. It's not really like it's a very niche kind of voting body. So
I feel like the BAFTAs are going to be just proving that Oppenheimer is basically the winner.
Oh yeah, no, nothing's beating Oppenheimer. I think it's still between two movies, but I think Oppenheimer is the shoo-in. Absolutely.
And if you told me the two movies, and I remember I was like, I would not be upset if either one of those movies does win, but I'm kind of hoping that it's Oppenheimer, because I kind of do think that it's high time that Christopher Nolan gets some respect and gets I scratch that Oscar winning love. I mean, not like respect, because he's like one of the most like beloved filmmakers of modern day.
That's how a lot of people feel about Paul Giamatti as well. A lot of people hope that he can pull off a surprise win just to get that Oscar love that he's was wrongfully snubbed of and for Sideways. But but for best film, and speaking of Paul Giamatti, for I'll save best film for last. We're like, that's how we do it on this show, is we do some of the smaller categories and then we'll get into that. So first off, the one that will be voted on by the public, this is the only category voted on by the public, is the EE Rising Star Award. You had Phoebe Dynevor from who's in that movie Fair Play, and she looks like, I've only seen clips of Fair Play, but like that acting is like, whoa, man. And then Ayo Debris, of course, this is her year. Like, she's been in so many good things this year. Jacob Elordi, who is a 2-timer nominee. We'll get to that in just a second. Mia McKenna-Bruce, which I saw How to Have Sex, and I loved her in it, so I'm very happy that she got in there. And then Sophie Wilde, so she must be wild.
I'm didn't get in there.
You're surprised who?
The person from the Holdovers, the kid.
Yeah, I'm surprised, but he is in another category, so we will get to that at some point. So he did surprise in one of the categories, so that was nice. For best British short film, we won't even really discuss these. We'll just go over these really quickly, and then we'll get to the deeper ones where we can discuss them.
Yeah, Sophie Wilde is actually a really good actress too.
Which one is she again?
Oh, okay. She was in Talk to Me, they said.
Oh, that
main girl.
The main girl from she is. Yeah, she was great in that.
Do you know who I get her confused with too? Because of her race and their names. It's the girl from High School Musical, the series. Do you know what her name is?
Which one?
Sophia Wiley.
Sophia Wiley. Oh wow.
You
know which one she is, right? She's the main girl in High School Musical, the series. Remember? after Olivia Rodrigo left.
Oh yes, I know which one you're talking about.
I have to see both of those.
You would like High School Musical the musical.
I
He
also want
would
to talk.
love that show. Yeah.
Just want to see Talk to Me.
Keep in mind though, Andrew, Olivia Rodrigo's she starts out as the main character. She's not anymore though. Since the show's
Yeah,
over.
she ends up not being the main character eventually. And then for
And I also want to see Talk to Me. Since it's been discussed so much, I want to see if I don't.
I don't know if you'd like that one.
I at least want to see it so that I can partake.
It will scare you, Andrew.
It will. It'll like.
That's why I'm gonna watch it at home so that I can either just turn down the volume or skip certain parts.
But best short film we have Festival of Slaps. That slaps. Gorka, Jellyfish, and Lobster. Such a lovely day. It is. It's cold as hell though up here. And then Yellow, and then we've got British short animation. They only did 3. They did Crab Day, Visible Mending, and Wild Summon. All right, so now we can get to the categories we all know. We can discuss these in much bigger depth. So special visual effects is what they're calling it. That's not best visual effects, special visual effects. That means these are extra. Like they're very special. All right. It's we've got The Creator, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Napoleon, and Poor Things. What do you think of this?
That tile's not correct anymore, though.
Boy.
They changed. They said the official tile's been like, I think, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know they changed.
As of today.
Okay, interesting. I didn't know they changed that.
They changed it. They're still gonna be an 8th movie that continues the story from, I think, Dead Reckoning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they're just not calling it Part 1 and Part 2 anymore.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, that was honestly better because it was like when I watched the movie in theaters, I was like, this is the like most ending to a Part 1 I've ever seen. Like it actually.
Yeah, I hope The Creator wins though.
It was like kind of crazy. Yes, The Creator is great. What do we think of this category?
I feel like I haven't even seen The Creator, and I did The Creator. Like
you saw The Creator.
Like so,
he watched some of it. He didn't finish it.
Oh,
but,
yeah. I don't know. Are there visual effects in Poor Things? Because I don't see that being like a very visual effecty movie.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some visual effects in Poor Things. It's very good visual effects. Yeah. And I'll say that I don't remember if it made the long list, but no Godzilla -1 here. And
wait, you mean the British long list or the Academy long list?
The British long list.
I don't think so.
I
don't see them being a Godzilla type award.
Yeah, but I know Oppenheimer did make the long list here at the BAFTAs, and it did miss special visual effects here. And honestly, I'm not that mad because it only had like the one major effect. And things like that. Like, I know people were trying to hype it up, but it's like,
and also I'm not just gonna get me winning so many awards that it's like, come on, let's give another movie.
I'm glad that like this might be The Creator's year because something like that bombed at the box office, but it was such a huge spectacle, can finally have a chance to, take it. Also,
with not really a big budget either, though.
It wasn't, but it still bombed. Like it made like
no. I just mean though, like how it's still a spectacle, but it.
Oh yeah, that's true. And then I don't remember if Across the Spider-Verse was on the long list, but that also is not here, and that's been getting a lot of visual effects stuff too. But for sound, the nominees we have are, we've got Ferrari, Maestro, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Oppenheimer, and The Zone of Interest. So
I could honestly see it either going to Oppenheimer or Maestro, because Maestro is a very
Oh, it's got Oppenheimer's. It's
Yeah, this is the only category at the Oscars other than director and maybe supporting actress that I would literally bet money on. Like you could bet money that Oppenheimer will win, and I'm like, yeah, it's gonna win this. The only other one I could see upset it is the Zone of Interest, and that's only because of what I've been hearing about the sound design. Like people were saying, like the sound design is what makes the movie horrifying. Like you are completely just taken aback by the sound design. So,
tell me after you see it tomorrow.
Yeah, after I see it tomorrow, I'll definitely let you know how the sound design is.
Yeah,
but yeah, I have a feeling that from what I've heard, it might be my favorite sound design of the year. But Oppenheimer, yeah, it's going to win this category. There's really no huge omissions here, I'd say. I mean, Napoleon had a great sound. There's a few other movies, but you know, this category makes sense. I'm not
you
mad.
see me liking Napoleon, or
well, okay, I'm not ready to answer that question yet because I want to see the 4-hour cut first.
I mean, though, you know, like the original cut. I mean, though,
the original cut, it's like I don't know. I don't think you'd like it that much. But the 4-hour cut though may be great because that's sometimes what happens with Ridley Scott. He comes out with a director's cut and it's actually like really great. So, like that's what happened with the Kingdom of Heaven. That's what happened with one of the Blade Runner films and like both Blade Runner cuts and such. And so it's like very interesting how that works. So production design. The nominees here are Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. What do we think of this category?
I'm good.
I think Barbie.
Yeah, Barbie might win, but don't be surprised. It's a British. They might go for
it. It is a British thing. I think Barbie could win at the Oscars, but I think here for BAFTA, I think Poor Things. I
actually think Poor Things might have done it a little better.
Yeah, and honestly, I could see at the Oscars, I could see one winning one category and one winning the other. So either like Barbie wins production and Poor Things wins costumes, or Barbie wins costumes and Poor Things wins production design. I could see it.
Yeah, because Andrew, like, do you know what they did with Poor Things though?
What?
Imagine Victorian setting, but also futuristic setting at the same time.
Yeah,
that does sound interesting.
I would love, me personally, for Asteroid City to be in here too. That had amazing production design.
Oh, yes.
You know which one actually does too though? Anatomy of a Fall.
Oh yeah, Anatomy of a Fall is some great production design, and some of my favorite production design of the entire year was Saltburn. And when they're in the house,
yeah, and like Anatomy of a Fall actually does have great design, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. The courtrooms and
the house.
And the blocking is fantastic. So yeah, it's very well done there. So I would say that those are like the only omissions here is probably like Asteroid City and the other one I just talked about. I'm blanking. But y'all know that are watching this. But yeah, those are the only omissions I feel. So, and then original score, the nominees are Killers of the Flower Moon, which is doing well in the text, but it doesn't do so well later on. We'll get to that.
But it does. It doesn't.
It does, and it doesn't. Yeah, it's a mixture.
I don't mean even the text though. I'm talking about you old guys.
Yeah, I know. Sure. And then we've got, of course, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Saltburn, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Now, I almost went 5 for 5 here. I put in all 4, but I took out Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse last minute because I was like, they're probably going to do Zone of Interest to score because, it's a British thing and they'll love the Zone of Interest. And nope, they ended up going Across the Spider-Verse. So, but I do hear this score in Zone of Interest is amazing, but it went that way. This is a great lineup. I think this is these are all fantastic scores. What do y'all think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
I need to get the soundtracks for some of these and just listen to the soundtrack just to know, because to me that's what's also symbolizes a good score as well. Like if you can listen to something outside of the movie
Yeah.
and still enjoy it, like for example, if you put on the Imperial March from Star Wars.
Like if it's a score that you can hum, like I've noticed that with some stuff like like for example the Poor Thing, the Killers of the Flower Moon score, I can actually do like dun 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 dun. Like I can actually have like stuff that I can hum in there and everything, and then
Yes.
and then whenever it comes to Poor Things, that's the same way too. I was humming the score when I first saw that movie, so it's you got to have like that kind of. And one reason I want Poor Things to win is it's insane to me that like the person who did the score for this, Jernskin Fendrix, this was his first feature-length movie that he ever did for composing. If you can believe it. It's insane to me. So, and he did incredible. So
How'd the score now then?
oh yeah, I'll definitely send it to you. It's really good. Killer for makeup and hair. The nominees are Killers of the Flower Moon. Oh wait, first off, what do y'all think is gonna win original score?
is Oppenheimer nominated? Right?
Yeah, Oppenheimer is.
Yeah, it's gonna be Oppenheimer.
Yeah, oh yeah, Oppenheimer for sure. I think should be either Poor Things or Killers of the Flower Moon, but Oppenheimer still is a great score all around.
I agree.
And then makeup and hair, we've got Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. What do we think of this category?
I would honestly give it to either Poor Things or Maestro, because those are the most like makeup and hair, were like looky movies where the other movies they probably had makeup and hair, but you just didn't feel as if it was like a whoa,
Yeah, but Poor Things I feel like was more subtle but in great ways than Maestro was. Like what they did with Willem Dafoe and how they were
like Andrew in it,
and then how they were.
I could see either Maestro or Poor Things winning.
Yeah,
I'll show you Andrew to see. Yeah, okay. But it's not a spoiler, right, Mike? Is it?
No, it's in the trailer. You can see his face in the trailer. It's
Andrew, look at Willem Dafoe in it.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. That's why I think Poor Things also it's between Poor Things and Maestro for me. That it's between either one of those two winning for this category. And I kind of feel that if Maestro is going to win,
yeah, I feel like this is the only category Maestro will probably win. Honestly,
yeah, because like, do you think that he's done as actor? I feel like it now.
When it comes to actor, I think Bradley Cooper's done. I think he's not getting into actor because he was snubbed here too, right? For actor? Or no?
Yeah, no. He's getting into actor. He's not winning though.
Oh, yeah, no, he's getting into actor, but no, he's not winning. He's done as far as winning for sure. So yeah, and what do you think is gonna win, Russ?
Definitely. I think that I think it'll probably be Poor Things because it's more of a British movie.
Yeah, I hope it's Poor Things. I would love that. For costumes,
I do hope it's Maestro then, because we know that Poor Things is probably gonna be winning awards throughout the night.
Yeah, I just wasn't really a huge fan of Maestro's makeup. That's just me personally. I thought it was overdone. But for costume design, sorry, the nominees are Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. They love men in suits because that's literally all of what Oppenheimer's costume is. But okay.
As you said, in my opinion, Barbie or Poor Things. Like as we said, it's gonna flip flop between that and the visuals.
That and the production design. But
I mean, meant to.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
throw a surprise.
I think here. Oh, okay.
Napoleon.
Yeah, I could see if Napoleon's going to win any category. I could see costume design at the BAFTAs it winning, but I don't think it would.
Yeah,
no. I think for something like the BAFTAs, they could throw in a surprise for like Napoleon or something like that. That's very, very possible, and it has great costuming in there, and it looks really good. But I think it's actually between Napoleon and Poor Things. Honestly, I think it's between those two, and so I'm leaning Poor Things, but I think Napoleon definitely could make an upset here.
I would honestly lean towards Poor Things for costumes and for vision and for set design Barbie. For set design Barbie, vision for costuming. I would go to Poor Things, but I could see them, but I could see either one of them taking home either one, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be like a 2-horse race there. Then we've got for editing, the best edited movie of the year, Anatomy of a Fall, which is fantastic. And then we've got Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. Now, I think what will win here is Oppenheimer, but I think should win is Anatomy of the Fall.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
I feel like the movie that should win isn't even nominated.
Not Barbie, right?
Not Barbie.
No, John Wick Chapter 4 with legit all of that action, like the editing had to be like through the roof, like
and especially considering the movie was 3 hours and it made it to where you never felt bored by it because you were just on an adrenaline rush the entire time.
But Andrew, though, let me tell you something, though, Andrew. I will explain to you, like why I'm picking Anatomy of a Fall, Andrew. Do you know why?
Why?
It's a 2.5-hour movie where it's just mainly talking in courtrooms.
Yeah.
And the way they edit it, it's never boring. It's a 2-hour and 31-minute movie.
On my rewatch, I literally paused it at one point for all of us to take a bathroom break, and I was like, holy shit, I know where we are, and this thing is paced incredibly. I was like, wow, I already know. I was like, I know where we are. It was like the scene with the dog. As soon as it got there, I was like, wow.
Oh, yeah, that's towards the end.
I was like, we're already here? I was like, geez.
You think he's going to like the dog?
So, say what?
You think Andrew's going to like Snoopy?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And the dog actually gives a performance in this movie. Is actually acting. You know a movie's well acted when a dog is freaking giving an acting performance. Like, hell yeah. So yeah, that's how I feel that category is going to go. For cinematography, they have Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. Now, I think what will win is Oppenheimer, and I can't fully say because Zone of Interest looks like it has amazing cinematography, but
yeah.
But Poor Things, as far as right now, Poor Things should win this category, but Oppenheimer, I think will win.
I'm actually gonna surprise you guys, and I would have said Killers of the Flower Moon.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Good cinematography.
If you look at those sets, they look like incredible, and the atmosphere of the whole movie,
Oh yeah,
and
and when I rewatched it again, like the tracking shots that they do, like in the house, and just the way the camera moves, it's
yes,
fantastic.
I'd say I would would say Killers, maybe. Killers or Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I think I'd agree there. So those would be great picks for what will win. I think should win still, though. Poor Things cinematography blew me away. Although it's not even my favorite cinematography of the year anymore. I watched a movie for the Independent Spirit Awards, and that is now my favorite.
What is it?
Cinematography of the year. It's called Godland, and I didn't have a screener for it, so I had to buy it digitally, and I don't regret it because it was like it's about this priest who's like trying to I think he's from, if I remember, he's a Danish priest trying to travel to some other he's trying to travel to Iceland to build a church, and while he's traveling he wants to take the photos of the people there and all that stuff. And so the way the film is shot, it's in a box aspect ratio, but it's not just a box, it looks like a photograph because of the way the box looks. It's fantastic. It's so well done.
Do we have a copy of The Teacher's Lounge yet, or no?
We do not. That's not even out in theaters or anything right now. So I don't know
how, but Christine Alonso, they actually reviewed it.
Well, it might be playing in LA. It might be expanding there.
I want to see it.
Yeah, that film is fantastic. I saw that one at the Virginia Film Festival.
Oh, well, do you think I'd like it, or would I?
Oh yeah. No, it's masterfully written. It's so masterfully written, and the girl who plays in that movie, the main actress, before I saw Anatomy of a Fall, she was my favorite performance of that year, a female performance. She was remarkable in it.
I still see that, and I do have a question for you. What are the chances that the Poor Things is like rentable for like that low price by Oscar season?
I know they're gonna do if it leaves your theater, I know for a fact they'll do re-releases around Oscar season because Regal does that. They do like a little thing where you can watch the Best Picture nominees and such in theaters. So I know that they would do something like that. But
because I really, really want to see that movie.
Okay, I'll be buying it. The day it comes out.
Which is what day?
February. They said it's anticipated for February 6th.
Okay, so it will be there before the Oscars.
And then, Andrew, if I were to buy it, would you watch it?
Absolutely.
I don't know if you'll like it though, but it's good though.
Oh yeah, he might like it. He may not love it, but I think you could like it.
I would. That and Anatomy of a Fall. Those are the two movies that are like.
Anatomy of a Fall is already available to rent if you do feel like.
I know. I am aware of that, and it's on my list. So.
Yeah, but Andrew, you're gonna love the one part in No Poor Things.
I want to see
when the baby's crying.
Oh yeah,
I must punch this child in the face.
I must go punch that baby. That was so funny.
Andrew, is that funny?
It's over the top.
No, the whole movie's over the top though. Andrew, watch how she walks.
I would. Yeah, it's definitely, since now I'm saying American Fiction, those two are my only two. Okay, these are the two that I have to see before the Oscars.
Yeah,
and I have Zone of Interest, and that's it.
Yeah, I've only got to see Zone of Interest, and then once I see Zone of Interest, and then if Ross buys The Color Purple, I'll watch that one.
All right, about it.
Oh, really? Nice. Okay, so. Sweet. So I'll be watching that.
Because I'll
be watching that this weekend. So
I think I can play.
I may have to after the stream just watch certain aspects of that movie again. Like just the musical numbers alone are like legit. I'm like, wow.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Michael, I wanted to ask you
Brian Nussbaum, Brian, glad you're here, man. I'm inviting you on Monday to join us for our final Oscar predictions video. So
can I jump for that too?
Oh yeah,
you're already in.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
already
yeah,
in.
Andrew, I'm
And I
warning you.
want Brian, because he's been supporting us on our awards roundtable journey. I really want him to join us for our final Oscar prediction. So,
Andrew, I'm gonna warn you
you're
about
my
Brian.
man. I just thought I'd let you know and throw that out there.
Yeah, we're asking you. I said,
Please,
Andrew, I'm gonna warn you something about Brian, okay?
Yeah.
Imagine he's basically the Canadian version of you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Part Canadians.
But yeah,
He's great.
So just in Canada.
He
Perfect.
says American Fiction is a great movie. The supporting characters are the best parts of the film. Oh yeah, Sterling K. Brown is so good in the movie. Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited to see that
I
tomorrow.
want to, Andrew. We'll have a discussion after you watch it because, like, there's a scene is where like Ari thinks a character should get in trouble for what they did, but I said they didn't know.
Yeah. So that'll
You know
be.
what scene I'm talking about, Mike?
Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about.
I am so excited. And then I just remembered that for Christmas I got a $50 gift card for Voodoo. So I could literally rent for $5. I could rent Anatomy of a Fall before Oscar season.
Yeah, he does say he might not be able to do it on Monday. Brian, let us know if you could do. We might be able to do Sunday if you all are down with Sunday, possibly for Brian's.
Possibly, yeah.
Just
if there's anything going on, because I know I have a Rankum at that on Sunday, but that's going to be at like 6. So
that was so fun though. I did my first Rankum too.
Pretty quickly, yeah. So
I did my first Rankum too.
Oh, nice. That's fun.
Guess what one got the number one song though?
What?
I picked the number one song, "Shallow."
Oh, wow.
Which channel do you do the Rankum on?
I sent you it, Andrew. Remember?
Yeah, it's his name is Malcolm Lee. He's does like a top 12 Rankum thing, and we like debate the top 12 of like certain actors or genres or such like that. So
yes, just let me know the time because I do have online plans Sunday.
Yeah, I'll see if we do it Sunday or Monday, or hell, even if I get busy and I'm like, hey, just to be safe, we are getting a hotel room that night, but maybe if I'm out of the movie by tomorrow, maybe we can do it tomorrow evening after the movie and from the hotel room. But I don't know. I'll
too. You know what? I'm on a different channel tomorrow night. But though, too. But but guess what the number 2 song was though?
What?
Another Day of Sun from La La Land.
Oh, really? Wow. That's awesome. Love that song. That's so great.
But
I would have I actually think that song should have been nominated instead of City of Stars, but that's just me personally.
Yeah.
For now,
what are we doing now? What category were we on?
We are on the category of casting, which is my favorite category.
Can I say something first about something that you guys just said?
Yeah.
What?
In my opinion, "The Fools Who Dream" was the best song in that movie.
So, yeah, that's true. That was one of the best songs.
Oh, but let me tell you though, I did get a well from people. I said hot take. I prefer the last 5 years to La La Land.
I just need to see the last 5 years, especially because
right, Andrew.
Great, beautiful movie.
Did you like more than La La Land, right?
It's hard.
Well, he's got a thing for Anna Kendrick, so of course.
I have to think about that because I love both movies for different reasons.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, I do need to see the last 5 years because of who the Rankum is about on Sunday. So I need to definitely.
Anna Kendrick.
Yeah, we're doing Anna Kendrick movies, so that'll be fun.
Like
a top 12 Anna Kendrick movies, so that'll be fun.
Send me the link to that because I love Anna Kendrick. She is my wife.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now onto my favorite category, and I said it was my favorite because when I looked at all these lines, I was like, "Damn!" I literally saw on the stream, I was like, "Damn, that's a good category." But casting and the nominees are All of Us Strangers, which perfect casting for the parents and everyone there. Anatomy of a Fall, perfect casting. That was a douchey lawyer, man. Fuck off, he was douchey. Like, geez, it was such good casting.
Wait! You're talking about like the bald guy?
The bald guy, yeah. I was like, God damn, was he a douche?
Yeah.
But but like the casting was great in that movie. And then the holdovers, of course, great casting. How to Have Sex, some of the best teenage casting I've seen in a movie in recent years. Like that was fantastic. And then Killers of the Flower Moon. So all these movies have had great casting.
Still disappointed that Barbie did not get in this category because I just felt like Kate McKinnon, Margot Robbie, and Ryan Gosling were like, in my opinion, I'm like, you couldn't have found better.
I gotta go with Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah, I think Anatomy of a Fall is up there. I think it's between Anatomy of a Fall and All of Us Strangers for me, because All of Us Strangers.
It might go like if we're judging like best casting of all time, movies or shows, do you know what show I think has the best casting of all time? And I may seem biased, but I think you might agree.
What?
This Is Us.
Yeah, I could.
No, because you didn't get through the last season. You know why?
Why?
They literally had to recast again. So like in between the kid years and the teenage years. I mean, in between the kid years, when they have another set of actors.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
For this category, I'm still thinking Killers of the Flower Moon. Out of the ones nominated, I am gonna go with Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah, I am. I think that's a good one. No Oppenheimer, by the way, in casting.
Yeah.
For all the stuff Oppenheimer's been getting, and no Poor Things. Just want to throw that out there.
Very interesting. Very, very surprised.
Yeah. Very surprised too. And then if you want to talk about being very surprised, are you going to be? Because also people reminded me I missed a huge omission in supporting actor I didn't realize. And we're now in supporting actor. We're going to get to the huge omission.
Watch. Look, that's her at 6 years old.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, but yeah.
So I'm about to read off supporting actor for you guys, and then I'll leave y'all to tell me who's missing. Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon. Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer. Jacob Elordi for Saltburn. That was a fun little surprise. Ryan Gosling for Barbie. And Paul Mescal for All of Us Strangers. That made me very happy to see Paul in there, but yeah. I'll leave it up to y'all. Y'all tell me who's missing.
I know. The Poor Things boys.
Yep. I was shocked to not see Mark Ruffalo or Willem Dafoe here. Like, once I realized that after seeing other people react to them, I was like, wait, what? I was like, how are they not nominated? It was.
Could it be the case of the like the
vote splitting?
Can't pick who to pick,
I think it is. Honestly, and in the Oscars for Senate, I'm now leaning towards none of them get nominated at the Oscars. Because I think right now, I think with Mark Ruffalo and Willem Dafoe, they're like, who do we pick? Like, they're both so good. And that was my issue with Women Talking. Everyone was like, oh, but Jessie Buckley has to, be nominated. Oh, but Claire Foy has to be nominated. Here's the issue with Women Talking. Women Talking was an example where Claire Foy was just as equally as good as Jessie Buckley, who was just as equally as good as Frances McDormand, who was just as equally as good as, and they all were equally as good.
Frances McDormand was not good in it, though.
She was good.
No, I meant though she wasn't in it enough, though.
Oh yeah.
But my favorite was
who?
The mom.
Oh yeah, she was great too.
I still think of the Oscars. One of them is going to get in because every other award show
it's possible because one of them can get in, but I don't think both are getting in. Like, people who are saying, oh, it's going to be Mark Ruffalo and Willem Dafoe, I don't think they're going to be double nominee after this.
If they're not, do you know who might?
And of course, I forgot the last one, which was Dominic Sessa for The Holdovers. I forgot to read him. He also got in for The Holdovers, which is awesome. I'm so happy he got in. Even if he doesn't get Oscar, I'm just happy he got a major.
Yeah, you know what he'll do with though? I realize about Dominic Sessa though. He's like the actor who will just be a good actor, and then like he'll be out of the spotlight, until then his next movie.
Yeah, I could.
Paul Mescal's kind of like that too. Did you know that?
Who?
Paul Mescal. Paul Mescal.
Yeah. Although Paul Mescal right now.
No, but though, no. I mean, though, like how some actors are always in the tabloids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and he's actually worried about being in the tabloids after Gladiator 2, apparently.
He says that should never be commented on because it's indecent, and he says that entitlement to the information that people expect angers him. He's open, that goes to the entitlement to the information people expect that angers him, and that private matters should never be commented because it's indecent as well as unkind.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good.
He's a good actor, Andrew. You haven't really seen him yet, but get ready.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Have you seen he's in a perfume commercial too.
So
nice.
I thought category quickly. I'm not even gonna say who I want to win because you guys know who I want to win.
Yeah.
But who is going to win? It's going to be Robert Downey Jr.
This is his time. Like, this is his, hey, you've been in the business for a while. We love you. Here's your award kind of win, So I feel like this is his overdue and he is more overdue than Ryan Gosling because Ryan Gosling's still young. He'll have plenty of time in his career.
But you could say the same thing about Robert Downey Jr.
But Robert Downey Jr. is older though too. There is that. So
but this is not gonna be his he's leaving Hollywood. He's not like a Robert De Niro who's like.
Well, yeah, but Robert De Niro, in the case of him, he's won like 3 Oscars already. So.
I'm not saying. Okay. I'm not saying Robert De Niro. I mean, he's not like in his 80s where it's this would be his last movie, so he deserves it. We know he's gonna get it. But anyway, it's probably gonna go to him.
And we'll get to it soon. But yeah, I think they're both going to be the overdue.
Do you know who I thought though? Okay,
RDJ and Paul Giamatti.
There's this actor named Jonas Bloquette, who looks like Paul Mescal to me a lot.
Really?
He's in The Nun too. In The Nun.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Ari says they don't look anything alike, but look.
Not in that particular photo.
But in The Nun, though, right?
I could see it a little bit. Yeah.
Wait, look.
Yeah, if you had a little bit more curly hair, I could.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah.
And then for. But yeah, so for supporting actress, the nominees.
Okay, there.
Yeah, I can see that.
You see why I got him confused when I was watching The Nun too? Does he look like Paul Mescal a bit?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but yeah.
And then for supporting, which, by the way, I do think one of the supporting BAFTA people that didn't get in anywhere else will sneak into the Oscars race because that's usually what happens. It's usually in the supporting acting category somewhere. So whether it is Paul Mescal being his second Oscar nomination for All of Us Strangers, that would be great, or Dominic Sessa, that would be really fun to see. Or it could be one of these in supporting actress here. The nominees here in supporting actress we have are Emily Blunt, Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple, Claire Foy for All of Us Strangers, Sandra Hüller for The Zone of Interest, Rosamund Pike for Saltburn, and Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. I could see Sandra Hüller sneaking in for Zone of Interest and the Oscars, or Claire Foy, one of those two. But
yeah,
it's gonna go to Divine.
What is the chance though about though?
This is Divine to win.
Sandra Hüller, though, being a 2-time nominee.
That's very possible. I think at this rate, it could be. If that's the case, she is going to be partying because she'll be having 2 Oscar nominations.
She's good.
She is. She's great. And I can't wait to see what her performance.
How long did that? Okay, I'm not going to say something about that be a fall, but I have to ask though. How long was the argument scene? It felt like 20 minutes.
It felt like a long time, but I know it wasn't because that argument scene though has to be on par with Marriage Story, on just maybe even better than Marriage Story. It was that good, the argument.
There is one part that I loved in Marriage Story that I'll never forget.
Which part?
The one part where as you guys could probably predict, the scene where Adam Driver's doing karaoke at the end.
Of course, yeah.
Of course. Right.
I thought he did not really have a good voice, honestly.
Oh my god, no, you gotta like you know that show like this type of new, you know that show Cinema Therapy I watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've been watching them now a little bit, right?
A little bit, yeah.
You know how like you and the director have the same sense of humor, right?
Yeah.
Like he reads this, like they're watching the scene, you know, where now like Adam Driver, you know, like reads the note about what she loves about her husband.
Yeah.
And then like he says, okay, I guess that was an adequate acted scene. Adam Driver, come join my movie. I can't afford you. But like I take mid-level actors like you.
Wow.
No. But you know, like he's saying how good he was in that scene, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh
when
yeah.
He's reading the note.
He was better in that scene than the argument scene, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like he was that good in the note scene. But for for supporting actress, this is easily Divine Joy Randolph.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, easily.
Even though Danielle Brooks is good. Oh my god, like we're walking on The Color Purple, right? And Ashton's crying, you know, because that movie, the first one makes her cry, and this one did it. So then, like, this is kind of embarrassing. So I go, like, what do you think about Danielle Brooks? And then she goes, like, she should win. And I said that she's not the favorite, though. The girl from The Holdovers is. And she goes, that's tough competition.
Oh.
But yeah.
I mean, hey, it is between two people of color, so that's exciting.
But you know, she's really good in The Color Purple. You have no idea.
I'm excited.
Because like what I loved about The Color Purple though,
what
every single big moment from the original is a song now.
Ooh,
like you remember the part where she was like, all my life I had to fight my daddy and my brothers.
Yeah,
that's the song, and the song's called Hell No.
It's awesome. I'm so excited. For leading actor, the nominees are Bradley Cooper for Maestro.
Hey, he was good. He was good.
He was good, but he's not Oscar worthy in my opinion in that movie. But he's good. And then Coleman Domingo for Rustin, and then Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers, Barry Keoghan for Saltburn, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, and TOU for Past Lives.
Yes.
We're so happy.
Andrew, you happy about that?
I wouldn't be upset with 3 people winning it.
Who?
Want to hear what the 3 people are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the person from Past Lives, obviously.
Yeah.
The dude from Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
And of course Paul Giamatti. If any of those 3 win at the end, I'm going to be happy. Any of those 3.
Andrew, though, let me tell you something funny about Paul Giamatti. You know what I did though, Andrew? He's in the remake of Planet of the Apes, right? And he plays an ape. And I showed Michael, Andrew, do what Michael said. You can tell it's Paul Giamatti as an ape, even through all the makeup. But yeah.
But no, so yeah, I think that right. I think here, there's a very good shot that Cillian Murphy could win because he's British for the BAFTA. I think Paul Giamatti will win the SAG. I think Cillian will win the BAFTA, and then Paul Giamatti will win the Oscar. That's kind of how I'm leaning towards it. What do you think, Ross?
Yeah, I feel like, but if he wins though, SAG, you know, I mean, but if he wins BAFTA, Paul Giamatti is over. It's over.
It's over. He's winning. If he
I'll
wins,
be back. I'm gonna go grab my food. Okay.
Oh yeah, of course. Come on. And of course, it's not like a huge snub, but of course, there's no Leonardo DiCaprio. He's done.
Could you just wait though to talk to Best Actress?
Oh yeah, we can. I'll talk Best Actor here for a little while. But for Leonardo DiCaprio, he's done. He's out. And I'm not gonna say Jeffrey Wright is out. I think Jeffrey Wright will still get the Oscar nom. We knew that it wasn't gonna do super well at the BAFTAs because it didn't make a lot of their long lists and such. So
do you think Leonardo will get even a nomination?
No, I think he's out completely. He only really got Globe and Critics' Choice, and that's it. He hasn't gotten SAG, and he has not gotten BAFTA.
I still think he's going to get Oscars since he's like a darling of the Oscars.
Yeah, but I don't know. Some people might just be like, because his character kind of gives you the ick in this movie, and so maybe that's what they're going to be.
But
But
would that be a resemblance of a good performance?
Which, by the way, we mentioned it earlier. It feels very icky to me that they nominated Robert De Niro in the movie, but not Lily Gladstone. We'll get to Lily Gladstone here soon, but it feels very icky to me that they because he's the man responsible for killing all the Osage people. I'm like,
I have a theory about that.
And I wouldn't have an issue with it if she was nominated and he was, but I feel like there's just kind of an ickiness.
I have a theory.
What?
They want Emma Stone to win.
Yeah. Maybe.
They really want Emma Stone to win. So they said, "Oh, she's obviously going to win."
I think it's going to backfire on Emma Stone though, because I think Lily Gladstone will win the SAG and then will go to win the Oscar. So,
I have a feeling that she's kind of like a lock in my head for Oscar at this point.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Gladstone we're talking about. But
I don't know, because John Campbell said, though, she goes on to win if Emma Stone goes on to win SAG, it's over, he said.
If Emma Stone wins SAG, it is, yeah. But if Lily Gladstone wins SAG, I'm gonna put Lily Gladstone as the winner for the Oscar. I think.
Yeah, me too.
Still,
Yeah.
I think that there's still a really good chance.
Because there's no question, though, Emma Stone's winning BAFTA.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially after, and that's a good segue. After we've got Fantasia Barrino for The Color Purple, Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of Fall, Carey Mulligan for Maestro. The one I knew they were going to do someone British. It was either going to be the girl from How to Have Sex or this girl from My Lane, and they did the girl from My Lane, Vivian Opera. She was great. And then Margot Robbie, and then Emma Stone. So, yeah. And so I will say this: Margot Robbie is definitely getting in. That's one thing. She's gotten in everywhere. Like, it's insane.
And Ryan Gosling, I feel.
Yeah, and Ryan Gosling, of course, too. But I feel like Ryan Gosling isn't as big of a surprise as Margot Robbie, I guess. But because that category is less stacked. But the leading actress, yeah, this broke my heart once I actually looked back over it. I almost didn't believe it at first. We didn't mention that Andrew Scott snub in leading actor. I forgot to talk about that.
Yeah. I forgot.
No Andrew Scott in leading actor, which really surprised me because he's a British actor there and everything. And that broke my heart because he should be winning that category. But for leading actress, as soon as I read that Lily Gladstone wasn't there, I was in shock. I didn't know what to do. That might be one of the biggest snubs. But let me throw this out there for you guys, because she's double nominated because of the love that this movie got at BAFTAs. What if they throw an entire curveball and Sandra Hüller wins for Anatomy of a Fall for the BAFTA? Then what do we do? Do we we'll be all over the place. We'll be like, oh, thanks for the confusion. I mean, they've already made the confusion happen with the nominations, but it's
nothing will ever top, though, the confusion that was the 2020 Best Actress race.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Why?
You know what happened, Andrew?
What?
Until Frances McDormand, a different person won at every single award ceremony.
Yeah, literally. It was every ceremony, there was a new winner. It was kind of insane.
And just what they could make this really confusing, and Margot Robbie wins one in another.
No, that's not going to happen here.
No, I know. I'm joking.
Yeah.
They can make it really confusing and be like, "Oh, hey, she won another award. Good luck with this." There's 4 winners.
She'll win an Oscar someday, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. She should have. she should have won one for I, Tonya, in my opinion. But
I don't think that she would win the Oscar. I was joking because I'm like,
yeah,
what if it's the 4 again?
yeah. But it is funny that it'll be the Battle of the Stones, Emma Stone and Lily Gladstone. But no, that was definitely a surprising category. And then we've got for adapted screenplay, the nominees are All of Us Strangers, American Fiction, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. Yeah, that's all really great here. I don't really have very many qualms with this. Of course, like I was a little bit surprised American Fiction got in there, but not really because that's like a great screenplay. But yeah, so yeah, this is Oppenheimer. It's definitely to win here. And I think what should win for adapted screenplay will be All of Us Strangers. I think that definitely should win, but Oppenheimer, I think is going to win this category. So, what are you, Ross?
Yeah.
Oppenheimer's
winning it.
Yeah.
And we gotta whatever wins my picture, Andrew. Did you hear what we're doing?
Oh yeah, we're gonna whatever wins best picture. We're doing a commentary at the Oscars so it'll likely be either The Holdovers or Oppenheimer that we'll do a commentary on. So
I would love to join for either one of those because those movies are in my top 5 movies of the year. Like,
oh yeah,
like because like both of those movies, like if either one of them wins, it's going to be a happy day. I'm on Team Oppenheimer more, even though I don't know what side I'm on more.
Yeah, they're both really great. For original screenplay, but before we get to that, we've got Brian Nussbaum saying Battle of the Stones presented by the Rolling Stones. There you go. That's a good one. And then
Oscars, make that happen.
And then he says, imagine if Best Picture and Director was won by Barbenheimer. We'll get to Director. I don't think that's happening. I think just Oppenheimer will be winning Picture and Director. Just Oppenheimer, which I'm fine with. But original screenplay, we've got Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Maestro, and Past Lives. And to me, I would be fine with like The Holdovers, Past Lives, or Anatomy of a Fall winning. I love
all
don't
like Barbie
screenplays. Yeah.
I would like Barbie. Barbie either that, The Holdovers, or Past Lives. Any of those 3.
Yeah.
Especially in Barbie and Past Lives. I mean in The Holdovers.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, because The Holdovers is like so quotable, but then as far as just like tight writing, Anatomy of a Fall, like oh my god, the script.
Andrew, I think he'll appreciate Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah, I think he definitely will. But the writing in that movie is so good, man. I flipped out. What's fripped? It's freaking. I tried to say I freaked out, but then I said flipped at the same time, and it became fripped. I fripped when I.
You know who I think might like actually Anatomy of a Fall more than I think he would? Jordan.
Maybe. I don't know really, because it's a lot of people in the rooms talking, and you know how Jordan feels about that.
Yeah.
But Anatomy of a Fall,
Wait, when did you wait, you were gonna say it, never mind.
But no, I flipped out whenever Justine Triet won at the Globe for original screenplay because it might be my favorite script of the year. Like it's fantastic. The writing in that movie. It's between that or All of Us Strangers as far as my favorite script of the year, probably. But I adore Anatomy of a Fall, and then The Holdovers also though up there. I think it's between those two for sure. But and now that Barbie will be adapted at the Oscars, that means Anatomy of a Fall or The Holdovers has now a chance to win the Oscar for screenplay. So that makes me excited.
I don't know though. Do you know why?
Why?
American Fiction.
American Fiction isn't adapted.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm talking about for original. I think Anatomy of a Fall or The Holdovers is going to win original at the Oscars now because of that. So, and then for director, we've got All of Us Strangers, Andrew Haigh, Anatomy of a Fall, Justine Triet, The Holdovers, Alexander Payne, Maestro, Bradley Cooper, and Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan. Now, y'all tell me who is snubbed.
Andrew Scott.
No, Andrew Scott didn't direct the movie, bro.
I know who's snubbed.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Who?
Scorsese.
There we go. Yeah.
And also Greta Gerwig, she was nominated. She's been like in like every year.
Yeah. I figured Greta Gerwig wasn't going to make BAFTA though because of the niche, voting body. They were like, we already gave her screenplay, so why give her director kind of thing.
I get it.
But I'm very surprised that which, by the way, Killers of the Flower Moon wasn't even an adapted screenplay either, by the way, which also big surprise. But Martin Scorsese missed both that and he missed director, and it's insane to me. Which, by the way, this is why I think it's now a 2-horse race between Oppenheimer and The Holdovers. Alexander Payne is in. He is in. You know why? Because he's directed so many movies. This is his first ever BAFTA nomination in history. And he has directed so many movies like Sideways, Election, Nebraska, The Descendants. He's done so many like Oscar caliber movies. He's never been nominated for BAFTA for any of them until now. That's telling you how strong The Holdovers is. And I was telling you just how strong him as a director.
It could win, though. It could actually win Best Picture, I think, honestly.
I think it could. I think there's a high chance because it's going to be number one on a lot of ballots. So it's so we shall see. I would love for it to, but Alexander Payne, I think he is in now for sure. And yes, thank you for reminding me about
it makes me feel kind of sad for him. You know why? Why? Because Christopher Nolan's kind of like the lock at this point, so it's kind of like So it's kind of like fuck. If this was any other year, this could have been maybe he can win Best Director as well.
Yeah, maybe that would have been if Holdovers is another year, man. But no.
Do you think within another year it could win Best Picture?
Oh yeah, for sure. And then we've got
anything too?
Yorgos was snubbed for directing. Yeah, I agree. I'm actually even more surprised about that than the Scorsese snub, just because like he's British, he's Poor Things, beloved by it was the second most nominated film. Like it was beloved by the BAFTAs. So I was shocked to not see Yorgos Lanthimos in here. Like that completely took me by surprise. So yeah, no Yorgos, no Martin Scorsese. This makes the director's race fascinating, and I'm curious to you guys because one of these two is getting in. Mark my words. I'm marking it down. You can say Wolfman is betting however much on one of these two. I'm not saying which one is going to get in because every year they always do an international. They always do it. They did the director of Drive My Car, director of the All Quiet on the Western Front, director of Triangle of Sadness, director of Cold War. They always do these weird, obscure, like foreign language directors.
Oh, but Drive My Car was amazing.
It was fantastic. But here is what I want to run by you. I think it's now going to be one of these two. Do we think for director it's going to be Justine Triet for Anatomy of a Fall, or do we think Jonathan Glazer for The Zone of Interest?
Triet.
All right. What do you think?
I think it's going to go to the one who did Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah, I'm leaning Jonathan Glazer just because from what I've been hearing about the movie, like that is a very director heavy kind of film. It's very the cinematography, the production design, the text, all that kind of stuff. So I assume it's going to be Jonathan Glazer, but I would not be surprised if Justine Triet surprises on Oscar morning as the surprise foreign pick at the Oscars. Either one. But I think it's definitely down between those two. So,
and plus, Andrew, do you know what the funny thing about them is?
What?
Both of them have the same actress.
Yeah, they do. So that's kind of funny.
Andrew,
and then
I'm warning you though, half of Anatomy of Fall is in French.
Yeah, it's like 56% of Anatomy of Fall.
I'm okay with that. My dad teaches French, so I would actually understand a portion of it.
Oh, nice. But for
anime, with your dad, he'd like it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think he would.
Ashton did point out something funny about the movie, though.
What did she point out?
She's like, they look like assholes, though.
Who?
In the courtroom with the white thing on them.
Oh yeah, well, one of them was an asshole. To be fair.
No, but I mean they looked like.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. I agree. It was very fascinating learning how French courts work as opposed to American courts. It was very fascinating. But animated film, we've got The Boy and the Heron, Chicken Nugget, which is Chicken Run, Dawn and the Nugget, and then Elemental and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So they did my 5 for 5 that I thought they were going to do, and or by 4 for 4. My bad. They only did 4 in the Skyward. But yeah, and I think here, just because it's made it in maybe some other categories, they could go Across the Spider-Verse here at BAFTA. I don't know. Or maybe Boy and the Heron. I don't know.
I know The Boy and the Heron is gonna win.
Yeah, one of those two for sure.
Wish was dumb.
Whoa. Oh yeah, Wish is so done. It's so deserved. So
Elemental deserved it because Elemental to me was really good.
Nice.
You liked it, right, Mike?
Oh yeah, I did. For documentary, the nominees are 20 Days in Mariupol, American Sympathy, Beyond Utopia, still a Michael J. Fox movie, and then Wham! From Chris Smith. So obviously y'all know how I feel about this. I think 20 Days in Mariupol is a masterpiece, but I still need to see some of these other ones. One of the ones I do, okay, so I have Zone of Interest and Beyond Utopia before I finalize my 2023, because I have heard Beyond Utopia is incredible. So I do want to see that. But I do want to see some of these other documentaries like Wham! And American Sympathy. But for me, I think for documentary here, because it showed up in another category that we're about to get to, I think 20 Days in Mariupol is going to win for BAFTA.
I haven't even seen any of these movies, and just from what you've said, I agree.
Yeah. And what do you think, Ross? You think that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because it's a 2-time nominee, because film not in the English language. The nominees are 20 Days in Mariupol, Anatomy of a Fall, Past Lives, Society of the Snow, and The Zone of Interest. So, and I think 20 Days in Mariupol could be a double nominee at the Oscars. I think it could get in for both.
I really hope it goes to Past Lives.
I really hope it goes to Anatomy of a Fall. Love that movie, and also I feel like it's more of a foreign film than Past Lives is. So, I definitely would love to see Anatomy of a Fall get it. Society of the Snow is really good, by the way. Really,
I have a question though.
Yeah.
Okay, you know how the first foreign film won Best Picture, right? A few years ago.
Yeah.
How far are we from the first animated film winning Best Picture, and then documentary and comic book movie? Because I think that all three of those are within the realm of possibility soon.
Yeah, I think they are all in the realm of possibility. I think comic book movie is probably closer just because of all these like kind of like Joker and Joker 2 kind of situations. I think that's very possible. And then I think animated film with Beyond the Spider-Verse. I mean, technically, if Beyond the Spider-Verse wins, then Best Picture, then I would mark off both comic book and.
Do you think it'll win though? Do you think it'll be nominated or not?
I think there's a good chance if it's as good as the other.
No, you're talking about Beyond the Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If it's as good as like,
I thought you were talking about the second one.
No. I'm talking about Beyond the Spider-Verse. Yeah, I'm saying that.
Yeah, I think it could do.
Because I think that Across the Spider, I think that like since that'll be the last one, I think they're going to be like, oh, let's award it here, give it Best Picture, but because of I don't think it's Across the Spider-Verse is going to get in for picture. So. But I think that there is a chance that Beyond the Spider-Verse could. But yeah, I think here it's going to be an Adam Fall winning. They loved it, and I think it definitely will get in there. Outstanding debut by British writer, director, producer. As someone who's seen a lot of British films, I was disappointed in this category because there's so many missing here, and there's going to be one clear winner. It deserves to win, granted, but it's like. Come on. Blue Bag Life. Never even heard of that one, though. Bobby Wine, The People's President. It's good. I'm glad it's here. And then Earth Mama. One I still need to check out. I do plan on getting to that soon. And then How to Have Sex, which is awesome. And then Is There Anybody Out There? So I don't know. Is there anybody out there? That's a good question. But no, I'm like, this category is all sorts of, oh no, it's not this one. No, this category. Well, actually there is one missing from this category, and that is Scrapper for me. I watched this movie called Scrapper. It's on Paramount Plus. You can watch it there if you have the Showtime with it. But it's a beautiful British film about this, like, and it's really funny too. About this daughter who's like she's like trying to live on her own, and she's it's a directorial debut, and she's like the kid was fantastic, and she's trying to live on her own, but her dad comes into her life later, and she didn't really get to know her dad that much, and so it's like they're trying to reconnect, and it's very, very great, and I really wish Scrapper was here because that's my favorite British film of the year. I would have loved it, and also No Rye Lane. This category is the one that bugged me because there was No Rye Lane and there was no Scrapper, and those two movies were debuts that were awesome. They absolutely deserve to be here. So I'm very bummed that they didn't make it, but I think How to Have Sex, it's gotten 4 nominations. I think it's clear that How to Have Sex is going to win. So we can move on to the best British film category, which, by the way, I do recommend, Andrew, that you watch Scrapper. I think you would love that too for 2023 list. But
is it a happy movie or no?
Oh yeah. It's a good mixture. It's happy. It's very happy movie, but it's also got some good amount of emotion in there too. There's like and nuance and just all of that. So I think you would definitely love Scrapper a lot. There's one scene in particular he would be like, this makes me so happy. Like he would love it. There's one scene in particular, like, oh my God, you would love it, Andrew. Can you hear me, by the way?
Perfectly. Why?
Okay. I was just wondering because I'm on my computer, so I'm not looking. I just wanted to make sure that y'all were able to hear me pretty good.
Oh yeah. Can you hear me, Andrew?
Perfectly.
Okay,
Are you
cool.
tired, Andrew?
I'm okay.
So, for Outstanding British Film, the nominees are The Zone of Interest, Wonka, Scrapper. Hey, I got it in here at least. And then Saltburn, Rye Lane, Poor Things, The Old Oak. See, I knew. I was like, that just sounds British as fuck. I put that in there. I think I went 10 for 10 in this category. Yeah, I got all these ones right because I put in The Old Oak. I was like, that sounds British as fuck. So I just put that in just because it sounds British. And then I was like, Napoleon, and then How to Have Sex, and then All the Strangers. So yeah, that I went 10 for 10 here. Got all these ones, and I'm And this is a great category because all these are awesome. I haven't seen Zone yet, but Scrapper, I'd be happy with winning. I'd be happy with Saltburn winning. Rylane, Poor Things, How to Have Sex, All of Us Strangers. Obviously All of Us Strangers is my second favorite movie of the year, so I would love for that one to win, but I'd be happy with any of these.
All I'm gonna say is you know what one I want to win.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We know that you definitely love Wonka, but which one do you think is going to win?
I think All of Us Strangers or Poor Things.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Poor Things.
Yeah, I think Poor Things, and the reason why is because it is also in Best Film, which we're about to get to. And the nominees for Best Film are Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. So see, it's interesting. Killers of the Flower Moon, this is what you were talking about. It did good in the above the line categories, but it also did because it missed Lily Gladstone and Leonardo DiCaprio, director, all that stuff. So
obviously there's one missing that is definitely not going to win, but
It's not.
There was no chance in hell for it here. I'm sorry, Andrew.
Oh, I know. I said I knew that it was not gonna win. I was just
no. Yeah. It wasn't. It didn't really miss in this category though.
What?
Yeah. It didn't really. I mean, because there was no really chance it was even really going to get nominated. I'm not surprised Barbie didn't get nominated here, because it's like I said, the BAFTAs are a very niche group. They're like,
you're voted on by the royal family.
They're like, oh, the film is They're like those kind of. They're those kind of.
I understand that the reason I keep on bringing this up because every other award show has it nominated in all those categories. That's why I say.
But all those other award shows are more like mainstream, like more populist kind of films. Like let's nominate the Elvis, or let's nominate the Bohemian Rhapsodies, or let's nominate the, Avatar, The Way of Water. Let's nominate, those. And so they're more of the populist kind of.
I completely get that. I guess I was thinking as snub as in, hey, if it's nominated in like every other award show and it's not nominated in another, it's kind of like a snub to me. But no, it was gonna win. But Oppenheimer, it will continue its awards train success, I feel.
If anything, the one I am surprised didn't get in here is The Zone of Interest, because it's British and they loved The Zone of Interest here, giving it like Sandra Hüller, giving it screenplay, director, all the British film, all this stuff. So I'm very surprised there was no Zone of Interest here.
Again, I noticed something else about this award show.
What?
Unlike the Oscars, where they can have up to like 10 films nominated.
No, the Oscars have to have 10 now.
Well, no, he's saying unlike the Oscars. So this is only.
I thought he said like the Oscars.
Yeah, he said unlike. So this is
This has five. So
yeah,
5. So that's what I realized earlier. It's like, okay, this is a lot smaller list than the Oscars.
Yeah, they do the 10 for outstanding British film, but then they do 5 for best film.
Obviously, because it's a British award.
Yeah, but
aren't there going to be though? Isn't there going to be isn't there like I heard that they could be like the awards are going to be voted by like 2 people or something in some categories. In this one, like the board. I remember hearing the Oscar experts say that.
That would be interesting. I hope I hope they make this award show accessible to watch in America, because I want to see this, but I can never watch it because it's on like BBC and
like in a weird time too,
and BritBox and all this. Yeah, it's in like a really weird time and everything. So yeah, I can never watch it, unfortunately. But it's a great award show, and as far as here, yeah, this is why I'm saying I think The Holdovers it's BAFTA, I think, solidified it as a race between The Holdovers and Oppenheimer, because Holdovers did so unexpectedly well here. Like,
I thought they would have liked it because it's a Christmas film.
Yeah, and I thought like I didn't expect Dominic Sessa. I thought Alexander Payne wasn't going to get in because he's never been nominated for BAFTA before. So it's like they did some major shocks here. So I think it's
watch in 10 years there's going to be a Holdovers musical.
that would be great.
I can see it. Could you honestly?
Yeah.
There better be a candy cane musical number.
And then also a Barbie musical.
Oh yeah, they're gonna make that one.
Oh, I know.
I don't think they could make it a Oppenheimer one. That would feel kind of.
You don't test them. You know why?
Why?
There was a Rocky musical.
That's true.
I am going to go see the Barbie musical for one scene alone.
Oh yeah,
I'm Just Ken.
Just for how they do I'm Just Ken, but the Holdovers the musical, I'm predicting out of those two, I think Barbie would be the more fun musical, but the Holdovers would be the better made musical, like with songwriting and acting and everything. I think it would be the better.
Oh yeah, about the musicals though,
Yeah.
like they made a Newsies, Broadway play, right? And they have the Pro Shot on Disney Plus. And guess who plays the Christian Bale part?
Who?
Mike Faced.
Nice. That's really good.
Any chance that Oppenheimer gets a musical?
He said, "Don't put it past them." They did a Rocky musical.
Make Atomic Bomb.
I am so no, but I think it's safe to say Oppenheimer is going to be taking this category.
Yes.
I think the should win. I mean, honestly, I'd be happy with any of these winning, to be honest. But I probably would lean a little bit towards like the Holdovers or Killers for me, or maybe Poor Things Never. I don't know. All these are great. I would be fine with any of them winning, but no, I think the one that will win is Oppenheimer for sure. What do you think, Ross?
Oh yeah. I think the Holdovers have a real chance, but Oppenheimer's winning.
Yeah, for sure. And then do you think Oppenheimer as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. I think that's just going to be. Is this going to be Oppenheimer's year? No one else can touch the atomic bomb. Only Oppenheimer can.
And Josh Peck.
And Josh Peck apparently.
Just what? If you guys want to see a reaction from me at the Oscars, all you have to do is redo the 2019 Oscars.
Why? What happened to the 2019 Oscars?
It was the one, I believe that was the year where they had La La Land get on the stage,
Oh no, that was at the
2017
Oscars for the 2016 films. But yeah.
I'm sorry. If you've ruined some reaction out of me, just pull the 2017 Oscars.
I just have this in the back of my mind. That was staged. I don't know why. I just have a feeling.
Could have been. I don't know. And because I feel like at the same time, like, why would Warren Beatty have not looked at it and said, "Hey, this has Best Actress on it. Like, is this the wrong envelope?" Like, you think?
And then, like, that was also the weird year of sports things. You know why?
Why?
Okay. Follow me. Okay. I know you guys don't really like sports, but okay. That was the year, like when the Falcons were up 28-3.
Yeah.
And the Patriots came back to win it 34-28. And then like that was the year too that the Indians were up 3-1, and the Cubs came back to win it 4-3. Same thing with the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Warriors. The Warriors up 3-1.
Dang.
See, that was all in the same year. So
yeah,
they're trying to match it.
Maybe they were trying to do a staging thing there, and maybe they wanted to make. It's just like how a lot of people talked about when it happened. There was so much debate about whether the slap was staged or not,
Do you think it was? I don't.
I don't think it was either. I think that actually was a real thing that happened because
like the fallout.
Yeah. Like, I feel like if it was staged, like the thing is with the La La Land thing, that's not hurting anybody in the end, you know? But with the at the end of the day, it's like, oh, okay, well, we just didn't win Best Picture, but here's Moonlight at one Best Picture. But with something like the slap, that's not only physically hurting someone, but that's hurting someone's career. And so if it was staged, they would have come out there and said, eventually be like, it was staged, guys, it was staged. Will Smith is fine. He can have his career back, all that kind of stuff. But I don't think it is because they wouldn't have done that otherwise. So, and it also put a huge stamp on that Oscars and everything. So, but yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, seeing what they do this year. If there's going to be another slap situation, we shall see. Maybe the entire auditorium will explode since Oppenheimer wins. Maybe they'll open up the envelope and then just the entire auditorium explodes, and that'll be Oppenheimer's Oscar win. It's just a atomic bomb blowing off. But no, I'm very interested, and we will be up bright and early for you guys on Tuesday morning, giving you guys our reactions to the Oscar nominations. We will also be here live either Monday or Sunday, sometime like that, here live to give you guys our reactions to, or give you guys our final predictions for the Academy Awards. We are so excited about this Oscars race coming not to an end, because trust me, as soon as the Oscar nominations come out, y'all are gonna be like, oh no, Awards Roundtable's over. Oh, trust me, we'll be covering all the Oscars stuff even after all the Oscar nominees are out, giving you guys our predictions, following all the other award shows, all that kind of stuff, all throughout Oscar season until March or so, and it'll be a great time. So
yeah. And Andrew too. Did you know that Andrew, like, did you know, like, once the nominations come out, they don't even know who wins yet?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because they got to vote on the nominees, and then they vote on which one out of the nominees is the winner. So there's always 2 rounds of voting.
Yeah. So
here's my question for you guys: when do you guys start your seasons of Awards Roundtable?
We normally start it roughly around. I like to start it around July, and the reason why is because we usually kick things off with the Emmy nominations, and that's what we did, I think, this year. I think our first episode this year was the Emmy nominations, if I remember correctly. And then we talked about the Emmy nominations and such, and then we took a little bit of a hiatus because the Emmys were pushed back to January. So we waited until more awards news came out, and we started coming out with more episodes. So this is now episode 9 of season 3. So.
And people who think that Air has a chance to be nominated,
tucked it in. Good night. Bye-bye, Air. It was fun. However, I'm not quite ready to say just yet that the PGA 10 will be our 10. And the reason why, one film that did surprisingly well here and has been racking up in popularity could sneak in. And I'm still sticking by it. I think Saltburn could be a 10th slot for pitcher. I really do, but I don't know what they would take out. That's the thing. The PGA lineup is so damn good. I don't know.
Do you think the holdovers is making the PGA 10?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, I got a question though. Last year, do you think, I've asked you this before, but I wonder if you're on to change. Do you think The Whale was 11th in Best Picture or no?
Yeah. I think
it won 2 out of 3 Oscars it was nominated for.
Yeah, it won 2 out of 3 Oscars, and it also was nominated for the PGA Award. So I think it was safe to say that was probably.
Andrew, you really should watch it just to see a great performance. I have it. Just watch it.
Oh yeah, The Whale is fantastic.
You'd like. Yeah, I actually think you'd like Brendan Fraser's character, Andrew.
For sure, and you know, I when I first watched Killers of the Flower Moon, I actually had an issue with Brendan Fraser's character in that movie, but then on a rewatch, I was like,
You mean the whale, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, but
No,
he's
yeah,
bringing up the
yeah.
whale.
Yeah,
But I switched it up to Killers of Flower Moon now. But
Wait,
yeah,
He's not getting around for Killers of Flower Moon, people.
Yeah.
No, he has no chance.
Brendan was in Killers.
yeah, you didn't recognize him. He was that lawyer that was like, I demand to speak to my client and all that stuff, and he's like, and all that stuff. So he wanted to speak to Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's trying to like convince him to stay on his uncle's side and all that stuff. He's like,
I did not recognize him
because he's changed a lot. If you watch The Whale, you probably recognize him a little more.
He has for sure. But yeah, Brendan Fraser. At first, his character kind of annoyed me in that movie, but then whenever I rewatched it, I was like, yeah, no, he's actually not bad. I thought it was fine.
No.
But yeah, no, it's so it's great, guys. I'm super excited for what this award season is going to bring to us.
Do you think he could win another one eventually? I do, honestly.
Oh yeah, down the road eventually, for sure. But I think they're going to be. I feel like the Oscars are just going that route, man. Like last year, it was all 4 acting categories was, hey, you're overdue. Here's your Oscar. I feel like this year.
But there's one though last year that I was actually debatable whether or not he was overdue.
Which one?
Ke Kwan.
Yeah,
that's debatable
because he hasn't been acting that much. So. But like Jamie Lee Curtis, people were saying that Michelle Yeoh was, so I could definitely, so they do that every year. And this year it's going to be, I think, Paul Giamatti and Robert Downey Jr. I think those are going to be the 2 overdue ones. He says, Brian Nussbaum says, I would love to see Pauly Shore win one, so all 3 Encino Men actors win an Oscar.
Actually, that could be possible.
Really?
No, I'm not trolling either.
Okay.
He just signed on to play Richard Simmons.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Maybe if that's a really phenomenal film, maybe he'll win an Oscar next year. We'll have to see. Or whenever that film comes out. But yeah, I am very, very stoked for this, for the Oscar guys and the BAFTAs. What do y'all think of this lineup? Are y'all as shocked as we were? Do y'all think the snubs that we talked about were snubs, or did you think like, oh no, that's normal? Or what did y'all think? Let me know down below.
Andrew Scott, though, I could see is not really being a snub, but Lily Gladstone definitely is.
Oh yeah, I think for British voters, I kind of consider that like a shock. Andrew Scott, not a snub, but like a shock he didn't get in.
Yeah,
for British voters, but especially with like how they were nominating that film earlier in other categories. But the Lily Gladstone, I feel, and Martin Scorsese, I think, are actual like snubs. Like they're actual snubs. So that'll be it'll be interesting to see how this affects it. We shall see. But we will definitely be here on our next Award Roundtable episode for you guys. And we will see you all in the next video. And until next time, stay classy, my friends, and keep on watching those movies.